Good afternoon. Today's message is about how you need to be patient for yourself, but you need somehow to be impatient for your vision and where you want to go. And the reason why I have this message today is, as you can see, I have not posted in many weeks, and there's all kind of reasons, and I'll get into those stories in a bit. And what is interesting is I figured, okay, I feel better today. Let's start by doing a video for you. Because you know what? Once you do the first step to take action, as I've mentioned many times before, that's the first step to change the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alain Faber, and on this channel, we're here to learn that the more you learn new skills, the more success you can bring forth, not just for you, but also to make the world a better place. And this is what I think is the key mission of all of us. And I will take some time to thank all the people that have joined me in my journey for the last several years. Sijenda, who's mentioned sometimes that maybe I could post less, but think of myself a little bit more. I have Evan Carmichael, who thinks that if you take action, the one step is all you need to create momentum to grow something bigger. And sometimes you need to keep that in mind. So you know what? The last few weeks have been quite interesting for me. For some reason, I got a virus and I got tested for COVID and came back negative. But that virus was crazy. I got sick for several days, and then it got into my ears, and you know what? I was dizzy all the time. And the problem with that is I can't drive if I'm dizzy. So that gave me several weeks to try to get back on my feet. And once I was able to feel better, guess what? I had my students that needed me and making sure that everything works out nicely for them. And that's why I'm here today. When I woke up, I figured it was time to get back into making videos, because I haven't forgotten you, my community. I didn't have a chance to make videos, and first of all, did not have the energy. Second, needed to catch up with what I needed to do, and at the forefront, I need to make sure that my family is doing well. So all of this is quite crazy. And you know what? When you get sick, I realize how people can feel they're surviving. Because when you are surviving and you're sick, you forget that all the little things you want to do for fun, the little walk you want to do, the extra book you want to read, the extra video you want to film, all you can do is do the minimum so that you can go to the next day. And sometimes we forget that. We feel that we're doing well, and it was a good reminder for me that when I share videos with you and get tips, I need to keep in mind that we're all human beings with our energy, with our focus, but sometimes with our limitations too. And that was a good reminder for me. And you also have to keep in mind that in the last few months, you've had the return to school. And the return to school is challenging, not just for teachers, but also for students. Students where they have a new environment, new ideas to come across, new limits, new restrictions and rules and procedures they have to go through. And it was important because those procedures is allowing us to teach, have a safe school environment. For the same way, I'm sure you're all wearing a mask when you go in public. Because when you wear a mask, it's great, not just for you, but for others. So if you feel not too good or you're symptomatic, the fact that you're wearing a mask is great for you to protect the others. Because at the end of the day, we want to protect ourselves, the others that we love around us, but also the greater communities that we have around us. Because we're part of a whole. We're not just one person in the middle of life going on our own way. We're all part of a greater good. And part of this video, of this channel, is always about wanting to make the world a better place. And to make the world a better place, you need to know what's best for you and for others to make sure that we can achieve it. Look at the nice colors behind me. And the reason why I'm so grateful of having the fall is that when you go for a walk, you realize that we're part of seasons, and our mind also have seasons where sometimes we're more active, some other times we're less active. But overall, if you realize that yourself and your mindset have rhythm, then you can work with it. So I love these red leaves at the background here with the green, because at the end of the day, when we live our lives, I like to see our lives, like Simon Sinek says, as an infinite game, when you have an overall vision. And for me, I want to make the world a better place. And I want to get there as fast as possible. It's true. For that, I need little steps. And as you see those leaves, those trees grew a leaf, one leaf at a time, and now they're losing one leaf at a time. But knowing that there's a cycle, and that next summer, new generation of leaves are coming. Same with us. So we're here this afternoon, and I realized that last few weeks are over, and it's time for me to sit, reflect on what I want to do. Because every time we have an event happening in our lives, it's important to reflect on what we can learn from it so that you can create something even greater afterwards. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to post videos every day from this point. On the other hand, I want to stay consistent. So that means I'm going to try to take the energy to create a video on interesting aspects of what is happening around us. And I'll see if I can be maybe more specific on different topics. And please don't forget that if you have ideas or things you'd like me to talk about, to tell me in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel and you enjoy the messages I have, I can't wait to have you as part of our community. So I have 3 tips for you on how to make your life and the world a better place. Sometimes, even if we have some difficulties or events that are slowing us down once in a while. The first one is to have a vision. I've talked about having visions as being important, but if you don't have one, is to look for one. And if you do have a vision, is to review it often. That gives you a chance to stay on top of the ideas of what makes your vision a great energy booster for you. My second tip is to be patient for yourself on what you do. You have your overall big vision where you want to go, and then you can keep you bearing that way. On the other hand, sometimes if there's a few days, a few weeks that it's not quite working for you, that's okay. Be patient. When things are better, then you can get back on your feet and create the little steps to get you closer to where you want to go. And my third tip is to take one step. Sometimes if we feel that we feel stuck, we know what we want to do, but we haven't started, we're afraid, we're scared, we're stressed. The best thing is to start moving, to take action, to do one little step. Because once you do a little step, then the momentum has started. You have fought the inertia, now you have one step forward, then you go for a second step and a third step. And then you go from there as far and as long as you can. So my call to action today is not a call as much as a way for you to reflect. Because I want to know, what did you do today to make your life and your world a better world? For me, is to sit down and say, okay, I need to make a video because I have not done that for a long time. What is it for you? Is it to call someone to ask if they have some help? They need some help. It is to hug someone who needs it. It is to give the extra energy to help somebody. Think about it. Because if once you figure out what you can do to make the world a better place, and there's my call to action, how about you do it before the end of the day? On this, thank you for joining us on this video. I'm going to put here a link to a few videos that I've done in the past related to learning to make the world a better place. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.